wake you up. I tell Eve, let's go live. She's like, okay, I just woke up. I keep forgetting. It's noon here. It's 9 there.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Wow. How you been? Let's catch up. What's going on?
What's been going on with me is pretty much what the title of the video is, just how to conquer a plateau. I don't really feel like it's my weight's been going down. But like that's the reason why, you have coaches and you have people that, you bounce ideas off of and stuff like that. So um my fluctuation is completely hormonal. Like we've already kind of
Talked about.
figured
Yeah.
that part out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like even when looking at my data, it's just like every month it goes like this. Every month is just like this spike in my weight, and it could be like anywhere between 8 to 10 pounds of a spike, regardless of what I'm eating, regardless of where I'm walking. It just doesn't matter. So now it's just like how to minimize that. Like, that's kind of like the focus now is how to minimize the spike. Hey Margie, how to make sure that the spike doesn't go up so high. Like if it does go up, let it be a couple of pounds instead of like 8 to 10 pounds. Or if it doesn't go down, at least it doesn't go up. Like now that's kind of like the focus because then I won't have to keep like repeating weight loss because that's what it seems like I do a lot of like just repeat weight loss, like just up and down. But then it goes down a couple extra pounds than it was the last month. But like, who wants to really do like a couple few pounds a month? Like my goal is to lose 100 pounds by January 20th. So I have like 30 pounds more to go, and it's like I feel like I've been in this 30-pound mark for a while now. Like, but it just keeps going up and down. So my coach had me start using divider plates so that I'm eating the same amount of food every single meal. Because when you have like a normal plate, you may have less this at this meal, more at this meal. But when you have a plate that divides your food, you're gonna pretty much be having the same amount every time you eat. So that's the first thing. And then I personally started intermittent fasting again. So 16 to
So am
18
I.
hours.
So am I.
Yeah.
But we'll get to me later. Yeah.
16 to 18 hours a day because I've never been hungry at breakfast anyway. So it's not like I'm super like starving, like, oh, I have to eat. And I've never really like eating late night either. I usually like to like the latest I would really eat is like 7 maybe. And because I like to go to bed early because I have to be up early. So I've been trying to keep my window between 12 and 6 to eat. And then he also said to do 2 meals a day. So that's what I've been doing. 2 meals a day. He's like, if you feel like closer to your cycle, you need a third meal, okay, go ahead. But when you're not when you're not hungry, just have 2 meals. Like no snacking, none of that other. Because you don't need snacks like if you have nice amount of food on your meal.
Right.
So that's
Right.
pretty much what I've been doing, and the scale is trending back down. Not quite to my lowest weight yet, about 4 pounds from that, but at least it's trending down. And we will see what happens because my cycle also starts in a few days, like 5 days. So we're just about data-driven decisions, and so like every week I'm meeting with him to assess what the next step is going to be. Because he likes to give everything about 5 to 7 days to see how it works, without changing everything at once. Because if you change everything at once, then you don't know which one actually works. So, we change something, give it a week, it works, great. Let's add something else. Or if that didn't work, we change it, do something for another 5 to 7 days. So, it's been working well. But the first couple months was really just him collecting data on like what I've been doing, how my weight fluctuates, stuff like that, so he can actually give me some good um advice on what to do moving forward. So like I have 2 months. I think what's today? 21st, ain't it?
22nd.
Yeah, so I have a little, like I have about 2 months to to try to get to my goal. So we'll see, how it works. he doesn't want me to do complete fast like how I was before, because that can lead to a bigger plateau that he wants to avoid, because that's what happened the last time I did like a lot of dry fasting and stuff like that. He wants me to still give my body nutrients, just like he wants to monitor the amount so he can see like where we can increase, and also the types of food I'm eating. So, and I hate this part, and I really need to just break down and do it. But he wants me to kind of eat the same thing every day for a week, and then see if that works. Like if, because there's certain foods that trigger weight loss in our body, and then there's certain foods that trigger water gain or retention. So he really wants me to like take like, instead of eating different fruits every day, he's like, just eat one fruit like every single day until I see you again. Unless, and then like we'll change the fruit and you eat that every day to see if your weight turns down or if it stops. So it's like, oh my god, like I hate that because I like variety, but if it's gonna work and I want to make it happen, I want to make my goal, reach my goals, and I've already paid for somebody who knows what they're doing, then it's best to follow the advice and just break down and do what you got to do until you get to where you want to be.
I mean, that's awesome. You look, I like your face. It looks lean. You're leaning
Yeah,
out.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Look. As a coach, I pretty much agree with everything your coach says.
Mhm.
A plateau could be so drives me too. Men also. Yeah, I've got guys who cannot lose a pound. They're like, "What am I doing?" And so
Mhm.
it's I like a lot of what he said. If you identify that maybe you're retaining water, if you
Mhm.
identify that maybe there's some food sneaking in,
Mhm.
for example, I found out when I coach people, rice is a no no for a lot of people, potatoes better. I
Mhm.
also found out that bread doesn't work for a lot of people.
Mhm.
It's not carbs. You said it. It's the types of foods.
Right.
The only thing I can add to you, if I were coaching you specifically, you know yourself, your higher wisdom, your inner wisdom. Try everything because there might be something that was so obvious that you go, wait a minute, I can't freaking believe that's it. Because you obviously want to lose a pound to 3 a week, right?
Mhm. Right.
And I think you can hit the goal. Is that your birthday? January?
No, my birthday is February 8th, but
That's right.
January 20th is when I started this whole journey this year, January 20th.
1 year.
Um
Yeah.
and so that would be like my 1 year mark. And also with my exercise, he was like, don't overdo it, because if you're overdoing your exercise every single day, your body is going to be inflamed, and you're not, so that's going to reflect on the scale also. He was like, so if you're sitting here walking, because he suggests I walk, but he wants me to walk like after every meal, like 10 minutes. Don't just go hard for like a 30-minute walk. Like he was like, break it up, because then your body has time to recover for the next meal that you have, and then do another walk. Because if you sit there and go hard for that time, your body's going to be inflamed. But if you gradually do like 10 minutes, at this hour, 10 minutes at another few hours later, your body will have time to readjust. So it's just all like a work in progress. But it does make sense, because like I would even notice if I go for a long walk, my legs would be inflamed. But if I did the shorter walks, my legs would not be swollen. So, it's better to do like a few walks a day instead of doing one long one where you're like pretty much making your body, retain the water to try to repair itself. So, it's just like a learning experience. And, we're our bodies are a science project. You constantly got to see what works and what doesn't. It's like an experiment.
Yeah, I most people don't have the luxury. I would love to walk after every meal because they chain to a desk. They're home, they can't do it. That's excellent. At your weight, I've said this before, you don't need to pump iron. You
Right.
don't need to join gym at your weight. But
Right.
walking 30 in morning, evening, you're lucky with your weather.
Mhm.
Trust me, your weather is amazing. You know how it's been in New York, 28, 35. It's ridiculous. And so I can't do. I love the joy of going out and walking at night. I am not happy armoring myself, hats, scarves, to go out at night. And it's 22 degrees, Eve.
Mm,
So, what I do, and I was telling this to Margie, I go to my gym and I go rowing machine. I go on the treadmill. I go on the bike. No big deal, but the number one thing is food. And you're finding out what's working. Two meals.
mhm,
2 meals is excellent. Are you
mhm,
kidding? You don't need to eat more 2 meals. Nobody does. If you have
mhm,
two hard, yesterday I had 2 meals. I had eggs with sweet potato and I made my really light pasta. So it's a pasta dish with just some olive oil, chicken thighs. I know you and I like the
mhm,
chicken thighs. Chopped up the chicken thighs, garlic, some red pepper, and angel hair pasta al dente. I was like, oh, I blew it. I blew it. Down zero point 0.6 pounds this morning. It's not carbs, it's the foods that work for you. I always say that.
exactly.
I always say that.
Exactly. It's true because even though
Hey,
like I
Nikki. Hi, Nikki. We just say hi to Nikki.
hi
Hey,
Nikki, hi Claudia, hi everybody that joined. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button.
somebody,
So
somebody named Margie. Hi, Margie.
yeah, I said hi Margie. She was first in.
Oh,
So I feel like the calorie. That's why I really try to express the calories in, calories out is a farce because I literally still track all my food that I eat. I still track all my food that I eat. And I still my calories were still, under the 2000 calories, but like like you just said, if you're having like if rice and certain starches, they don't necessarily make you fat, but they make you retain water. Like that's just what they do. So it's not that it's making you fat because obviously I'm losing weight, like it's in my face, it's in my clothes. But the scale's not reflecting it because those type of foods hold on to water. And you want things that are not like anti-inflammatory. And those things are not anti-inflammatory.
Eve,
So
do you track your calories every single day?
yeah.
What's your average?
My average right
Approximately.
now it's like 1500.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you
It
pretty
just
much,
depends.
that's your baseline. That's the baseline.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I don't go over 2000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, you're building a healthy metabolism that way, but I know you're a little frustrated because you don't want a pound a month, 2 pounds a month.
Yeah, he
So,
said it was funny. He said, everybody wants fast weight loss. He was like, but you know, what you're doing, a lot of people can't aren't have not done. And so he's like, he really wants me to kind of reflect on where I started at this year because he's like, down 70 pounds and it's not even been a year yet. He was like, do you know how many people wish they could do that? He was like, but he understands, people want weight loss quickly. He was like, but you're losing weight in a healthy way. He was like, you're losing in a weight to where it won't come back because you're doing it in a healthy way. Usually when you do, he was like, you can drop 50 pounds in 2 months, but people that do that, that weight comes back. He was like, you even saw that for yourself when you lost all that weight so quickly. You ended up gaining it back because it wasn't sustainable. So he really like is trying to get me to not remember, but just kind of take in the fact that like I've dropped a lot of weight, and yes, I want to lose more weight, but the thing is, I want to definitely make sure that I'm doing it in a sustainable way. Like, will I be able to keep fasting? Yeah, I feel like I can keep fasting intermittently. Will I be able to keep maintaining 2 meals a day? Likely, with the plate thing. So it's just like he wants me to make sure that whatever I'm doing and implementing is something I can keep doing, not something that I'm going to end up quitting because it's just something that's not sustainable. He's like, I'd rather you lose, a few pounds a month than you drop 20 pounds and then don't drop nothing else for months because you couldn't keep it up.
look, you're so wise. You're a woman. You have the most wisdom. I'm a man. I'm an idiot. So, your women have wisdom. It's also not only hormonal, it's seasonal. Did you know
Mm,
this is the hardest season to lose weight?
mm. No, I had no
Nature,
idea.
nature.
Right,
It's
right.
like all the personal trainers here in New York talk about it, people. And I'm not talking holiday partying.
Hmm.
Heading into winter, hold the line, maintain, lose a little bit. Did you notice that when spring, summer comes, the weight can be fast and furious?
Yeah,
It's
it's true.
seasonal.
Hmm. Like bears.
That's right.
Bears hibernate in the winter and then they shed all that weight.
Yeah, I mean, I am very proud of myself. Mwah, 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 mwah. I am 192 for weeks. It does not move. I like my new muscle. I like my strength. The lowest I was before Europe, you know this, was like 183. I was too skinny. I didn't like myself. It was too skinny. So I'm 192, and you'll find this out when you get closer to your video vixen weight. And I can see you having the body of your dreams. No offense, by next Christmas. No
Hmm.
offense. I think that's what it's going to take. Is that fair? About one
Oh
more
yeah,
year? About one more year?
I was thinking about two because like I still have to do the whole recomposition thing too. So you
Okay.
know, that's like that's great. I want to like cuz see the thing is like dropping the weight is like but he said you shouldn't be building muscle and dropping weight at the same time because that's two different diets. So right now the focus is losing the weight and then recomping the body because there will likely be more protein. There'll be likely, different adjustments that need to be made on the diet when you do recomposition. But when people try to do
Which is what
both,
I'm doing right now.
right?
Recomping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, when people try to do both, one generally cancels the other out, and then you get frustrated because nothing is happening.
The Bible says you can't serve two masters.
Mhm.
And so we all want to do two, three things at once, don't we? I wish. When I got really slim, I was telling Margie this and Josh and other clients. I said, screw the gym. I was just walking and eating fruit.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm going to
Mhm.
be, look, real talk. When I dropped a couple of weeks in a row, 6 pounds a week, I was like, I found the answer. No, I didn't. It was just a lot of fruit. I wasn't hungry. I ate fruit till 4 o'clock, had maybe a little bit of cheese, a little bit dark chocolate, and one meal at night,
Mhm.
chicken thighs, a steak, and potato. And I go to the scale the next morning, a pound. Next day, half a pound. Third day, a pound and a half. But that was spring, summer, the
Mhm.
sun, the energy, the vitamin D. Uh, but no gym. Now I'm in the gym. Now I'm lifting weights. If you look at my YouTube shorts, you'll see.
Mhm.
So now I'm putting on muscle, but not fat. So the scale is going to be kind of the same, but it's recreating what my
Right.
my image is for the people in the chat that don't know what recomping means. A new image of my this is the same shirt I wore in the summer, no big gut, but I am probably 2-3 pounds of baby fat, you know, because I'm eating whatever. Hey, Nancy Elizabeth,
Hey,
what's
Nancy.
uh finally losing it? Okay, we'll get back to
We'll
you.
get to all.
Nice.
Yeah.
But so it's so exciting. But the only advice I can give you and all the thousands of people in the chat, Dr. Berg. By the way, the other day I sometimes go, I always keep an eye on the carnivores because I
Mhm.
want to see what those evil people are up to. And I watch their channel. We are live, 1,500 people. It is live because people want a shortcut. Hey, Eve, I'm having steak every day. It's so
Right.
great. I love steak. That's all I eat. There ain't no
But the thing is
shortcuts.
that like
Yeah.
let's not like minimize what they do when they fast. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care if they want to talk about they eat meat and butter and cheese and bacon. You fasting too. That's the whole thing. Like they do a lot of fasting in those communities and they don't really try to emphasize how much. They're not eating steak and eggs and bacon all
All
day
day
long.
long.
They're not doing that. They fasting.
So,
So like that's
Josh, I
literally what it is. If you're fasting, you're limiting your amount of calories. That's the reason they have them steaks so that they can have enough calories in their day. You know what I'm saying? It really has nothing to do with what they're eating. it has to
N-
do with their fasting like all day long.
Two of my clients came from Dr. Berg. Nancy in Florida.
Dr.
Uh,
Bird, he doing what he doing? Carnivore now?
I apologize. No, no, he's keto. I apologize.
Oh,
He's a Christian doctor.
Barry,
Huh?
Barry.
Yeah, Dr. Barry. Dr. Barry. Two of my clients came from Dr. Barry. And Nancy, who's a woman in her 60s, and Josh, he said I can use him, you use his name, from San Diego, young guy, 40, 39.
Mm-hmm.
They stalled so hard, it makes our stalls look like a joke. We're
Right.
talking can't lose a pound in months. So they came to me and I said, well, tell me what you're doing. Oh, I have one meal a day of steak and butter. I go, your body got adapted to one meal. Now, if you started doing that this week, you'd lose 4 pounds. Then your body, Eve, would adapt to the one meal of steak and butter. So they
Mm-hmm.
started losing weight with me. They go, I can't believe this. I go, you can still have your steak, but I want you to have 2, 3 meals a day. And they were so afraid of carbohydrates. It's so ridiculous. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Eve, I eat 2 to 400 carbs a day. When I was at my fattest, I was eating lots of fat and protein and low carb. So I
Mm-hmm.
raised my carbs, raised
And
my
I think people
energy,
need to realize carbs isn't bread. Carbs is fruit. Carbs is vegetables.
everything.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm like. So it's not necessarily like we're sitting up here eating donuts and sourdough bread and
all day long.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
like we're
yeah.
eating fruit and vegetables at every meal.
That's right. And a lot of people in this chat know me from my other channels. How do I look? I mean, I eat whatever I want now, maintaining my weight. Eve knows me. I don't BS Eve. I never lie to Eve about anything. I always tell her to her straight. And so, like, there's no magic. I'm not on drugs. I'm not on fat burners. I'm not taking anything. People are like, wow, you're in your mid 50s and keeping it off effortlessly. I know what works for me, but Eve, there's constant tweaking. I tweak like a mother effer.
Hmm.
I tweak. If a
Well, you
workout,
have to.
yeah. It's
Your
not
body
like
gets
every
used to
day I
that.
eat the same thing. You eat
Yeah.
the same thing to get discipline and you
Right.
see what works, but then you
Right.
go, holy crap, I never knew that sweet potatoes and beef works for me.
Right.
So it's just like what I tell people about, we're, sticking to the topic of breaking through a plateau, have self awareness. You better be writing down everything you're doing, how much you're sleeping, how much you're exercising,
Hmm.
and be
Hmm.
ready to leave all of that behind and just do yoga for a week or just
Hmm.
walk. Just, you know what I mean? Get some more sleep. Uh,
Hmm.
have a cheat meal, have fun, take the pressure off yourself. Plateau means you got to change it up.
Hmm. Hmm. It does. And like I said, your body gets used to things. So, that's why it's good to have about 4 to 6 different vegetables that you can eat, 4 to 6 different fruits that you can eat. Finding out what starches work for you, finding out what meats work for you, because you're gonna have to mix up those things. Oh, you can't eat them all. Like I'm saying, like Chris just said, you're not gonna eat the same thing every day, but at least you have in your arsenal foods that you can eat. So one week you may have sweet potatoes, one week you may have yellow potato, one week you may have just apples. Like you're gonna have to use those different foods that you know are gonna work for you. And no, I'm not doing low fat because somebody had asked me, "Are you still doing low fat?" No, I'm not doing low fat. I don't have over 80 grams of fat. That's just me, but I still have like avocados and I still have olives and I still have, like I usually have my fat as whole though. Like I have it in my salad. So I may have avocados in my salad, I have olives in my salad. I may put coconut oil or MCT oil in my coffee. But I'm not putting loads of butter on every single meal that I'm eating. You know what I mean? Like I can broil my vegetables without, having a whole bunch of oil on it. But I still do have fat because it's very important for women, I think, or people in general with hormonal issues to have some type of fat in their diet.
Guys too. I
Mhm.
don't like any extreme anymore. You notice how
Yeah,
I
yeah.
teach and preach now? Working, with the great Margie Mitchell, started a YouTube channel. Margie always says I can talk about her. I don't speak the private stuff that we talk about. That's coach. I'm coaching her, but it's like when you're working with somebody, I say, "What are your favorite foods?" And I love asking questions like this. How do you gain weight?
Mhm.
What do you mean? Tell me the foods you need to do to gain weight. I had to give that some thought. For me, it's McDonald's, pizza, a pint of ice cream every night or every other day, New York City bagels, and then look at what everything has in common: polyunsaturated fats, not good
Mhm.
fats, eating too much, eating for pleasure only. Ah, that's a big one for me. I don't do drugs. I barely drink. You know that, Eve. I don't smoke. I'll have a couple of drinks with you, but I don't drink. So I eat food because feels good. It feels, and so I know how to gain weight. Then I tell people like Margie, well, do the opposite then. Then your
Mhm.
mind starts going, ooh, if that's how I gain the weight, if I go
How do I
completely,
lose it? Yeah.
yeah, I can start by going, okay, so no McDonald's. I love to also say, how do you make your own McDonald's meal at home?
Mhm.
That I make great cheeseburgers, 90% lean, good sourdough bread. I use just one piece. A little bit of cheddar crumbled on the pan, let it melt. It's delicious. Onions. Sweet potato fries. I make it myself. So I mean, there's so many strategies, and Margie and I don't count calories. We don't. We eat meal by meal. Margie and I
Mhm.
go, what do you, I always ask her, I go, what do you feel like doing? Is this working? So when she wants to go high fat, high protein days, we do that. When she wants to have a starch day, as she'll tell you on her YouTube channel, just bunch of potatoes and bread that day. So it's like it's like this. It's not like it's got to be low fat. It's got to be high fat. No rules. No rules. Just what's
Mhm.
working for you. By the way, I
Mhm.
loved your short with the kids and walking with the cat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We had our little kid in the backpack.
When
Yeah.
was that?
That
When
was
was that?
yesterday.
How was
Yesterday
the
we were.
weather? It looked beautiful out.
Oh yeah, it's nice. It's like in the
60?
60s, I think. Yeah, like 60 something.
Give me a
Not over.
break.
It's not
60.
going over 70. That's for sure. Thank God. Oh, that's over with.
Well, we ain't going over 45.
I don't know. I don't mind cold weather. I like to walk in the cold. But we actually did like a 25-minute walk, which was nice. Like it was good. But see the 25-minute walks I do those like every other day to give my body an opportunity to rest. So I can't necessarily always incorporate the like how you said, like if I'm sitting at my desk and I'm working, I can't necessarily always take a 10-minute walk after a meal, but I do try to get every other day do those 25 minutes of a walk. And then of course I know the next day my skill may be up because it's my body's inflamed, but at least I know that was the reason. um and it's like my coach says, if the scale isn't moving or the scale is up, you need to know the reason. If you don't know the reason, that's a problem. If you know the reason, if you know that you sat there and ate a whole gallon of ice cream the day before, you know why your scale is up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If you sat there and was in the gym for 2 hours knowing you don't even ever go to the gym, then you know why your scale, you know why your scale is up the next day. But if you've been literally like doing everything and then you have no idea why the scale is doing what it's doing, that's when it becomes a problem. But you know, I agree. I think like our bodies get used to things, and that's why we have to change it up. Like I haven't been eating chicken because I'm changing it up. I've been eating more fish now. Like the
Good.
past few
Good.
meals. So like just trying, like he said, different types of meat. And then I'll try, steak, and then I'll try, other stuff. But that's the thing. Like you can't, like your body, like my body was having chicken for months, and then plus you don't get bored because I get bored with the food quick. it's funny you can't like I can eat fast food every day and not get bored, but when it because it has all them chemicals in it, it makes you want it. But like when it comes to healthy food, I like it, but I want to have a variety of it. I can't just keep eating the same. That's why I told him like, man, that part is hard to just eat the same thing. But he was like, okay, then I ended up getting like salmon, I got shrimp, I got cod, I got sardines. I got different fish to try or different seafood to try throughout the week. So if I have a couple of days of salmon, then I'll have a couple of days of cod, then I'll have so I feel like I told him I could commit to doing 2 days of the same thing because I feel like you still gonna you weigh yourself every day. You gonna know what you're doing
Also,
each
as a
day.
you know me, a disciple of Ray Pete, be careful with chicken. A lot of
Mhm.
polyunsaturated fats. So that's something that I'm mindful about. Like I go, I have a lot of chicken in my diet. So
Mhm.
do you have a Whole Foods by you or a nice big store like that?
Yeah, we have Sprouts and Amazon Fresh is around the corner. You just order it and pick it up.
Oh, that's so cool. We don't have that. So I go into
You
Whole Food.
gotta have Amazon Fresh. Y'all don't got it out
Nope.
there?
Nope. We got Wendy's.
No, Amazon Fresh is like if you have Amazon Prime, then you likely have a grocery app on your phone.
Oh, it's an app.
Yeah. And
Got
then
it.
you just order it and then you pick it up from whatever the location is.
Got it. I go to Whole Foods because when I go train people in the city and it's by my sister's house, I'm going to get together with Ingrid, my sister Ingrid, today or tomorrow. I pick up 90/10. I always thought I needed a lot more fat in the red meat, 90 or 93%. And I just, make I take the wooden spatula, I make a sloppy Joe
Mhm.
over coconut oil or olive
Mhm.
oil, and I get rid of a lot of those PUFAs. And
Mhm.
you know what I get got really good at. I make a tuna melt.
Mm.
I learned how to do it. So I take a piece of sourdough bread, make tuna fish. I admit it, I use real mayo, but this is once a week or so. Real
Mhm.
mayo, a little bit of olive oil, green onions, squeeze a little lemon, a
Mm.
little mustard, believe it or not, Dijon mustard, and I put it on top of the sourdough. I got the pan warming up. I don't
That
have a
sounds
grill.
good.
I don't have a grill. I put either on a little bit of butter on the pan or olive oil. I put the tuna, then I crumble some cheese on top, cover it in 3 minutes. That cheese melts all over your tuna melt. I lost again a half a pound the next day. So go
That sounds
figure.
so good.
Go
You can
figure.
use I haven't had any mayonnaise, but I did use avocado. So cuz it has like the same type of consistency when you mash it up with the tuna. So I had tried that before and it was
I mean,
pretty
I'm
good.
experimenting because
You got to try it. Yeah.
I'm at the weight that I want to be. Now it's about the
Exactly. You don't need
shape.
to lose no weight.
I
You
want
just
to
got
be at
to
the shape so that,
yeah.
Eve doesn't make fun of me anymore. So that's
You don't need to lose no weight. It's about the see that's the thing like it's a completely different diet when you're doing
if I
recomposition.
were losing now with everything I've learned and all the secrets and books and magazines, I would simply say Whole Foods, write everything down, find the let's say I got up to heaven forbid back up to 235 again, 240, whatever. And it was all here, it's all here, it's all like, first of all, I know how I gained that. Come on, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. I know how I gained that. I'm eating junk. So
Mhm.
you know how I gain weight? The cycle of purging and fasting. You know what I mean? The cycle of fasting and partying. I don't eat anything. I don't even know. Fasting and feasting. I won't eat
Um
anything. I'm perfect. And then at night, I'll break down. I usually order a pie of pizza. I eat the whole pie. And then I have a pint of ice cream. That's how I gained all the weight. Yeah,
But look, but the
for
thing is,
years. For
but
years.
you said you fasted all day and then you ate that at the nighttime.
Yeah, that's how I
But
gained weight.
obviously, that was the stuff that made you gain weight because if you fasted all day and then you ate something outside of that at night, you would have been fine.
Of course. But that was me 8, 9, 10 years ago. And
Mm.
I was depressed. You know my story, dark, dark times. Now I found the Lord, And I'm being serious. Found God and I found Eve, and it's like positive people only. And by the way, I don't date nobody or hang out with nobody that has drama. I hang out. You know what I'm getting at? Save your drama for your mama. So I don't hang out or have friends or anybody that's drama in their life. So I'm extremely positive and I don't play around. And it's like, so now I'm like, I was so empty as a person that I would always, the diet starts on Monday. I'm going to fast. That's what I used to do. The diet, oh, Eve, after this weekend, I'm going to be so good on Monday. Monday. Guess what I used to do? Coffee, 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 water, coffee, coffee. And I would break down by Tuesday, Wednesday, pizza, pasta, ice cream again at night. Now I'm like, if I'm hungry, I have several things. Greek yogurt. Oh, I'm also have little rice cakes. Highly recommended. Little rice cake, 40 calories, little peanut butter jam, slice up a banana. That's 250, 300 calories.
Mhm.
There's so many little meals that my body loves.
Mhm. I agree. Let's run through some comments real quick. I don't want you guys to skip
Yeah, then I'll
over.
share with you some
So,
news. Yeah.
Margie, hey, Claudia, hey.
Let's
Margie
run
says I'm
through some
rooting for
comments
you,
real quick.
Eve.
I don't want y'all to skip.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Nikki, hey, fabulous friends. Hey, Nikki. Margie says I stopped my weight loss by doing extreme fasting too. Yeah, it really
Yeah.
sucked. And the
Yeah.
thing is, the only thing that got it going again was the sugar fast. And that's when I was, yeah. So I had just done all the extreme fasting before I found the sugar fast, and I was noticing that I wasn't losing weight until I started doing that. Hey Nikki, okay. Nikki says I've been on my journey 61 years. Keep going, Eve. We are with you. Thank you, Nikki. The sun is
Nikki's
setting.
Nikki's the best. I give her a hard time. She knows I love her. Anyway.
Nikki says the sun is setting and it's just getting dark here, just after 6 p.m. Yeah, that's the thing. I like to go walk and see. It gets dark here early and it gets light here early. So at like 6:30, it's bright outside, and so that's when I like to go. Well, not super bright, but it's like light, like the
When
sunrise
does it get dark? What time does it get
like
dark?
5:30.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
Not
so
in Florida. Sean
oh,
John, my friend Sean John, he's a frequent commentator, says because Florida they get an additional hour because of where they're located. Did you know that? Yeah. Well,
nice. But yeah, same here. I would like to go out early in the morning, before work because like I said, when work I mean during the weekend is different, but during the week it's tough because like that's why I told my coach, once work starts, I never know if I'm gonna be able to step away for no 10, 15 minutes. So I try to get that walk in first thing in the morning so I know I got it out the way. And if I don't get it done later, I don't stress about it. But I also been trying to find like some little YouTube videos that I can fit in after work because even though I can't go outside and walk around in the dark, there's some videos that I may be able to do because our weather is about to start changing and raining and stuff. And so I am gonna have to find some other options. So Claudia says, "Hey Margie, hey Chris." Margie says, Nikki says, "We are not quitters. We are not quitting, guys." Exactly. I think that's really the whole point. Like, I don't care if you hit a plateau, don't quit. Because when you quit, that's when the weight comes back. If you don't quit, I'd rather that people keep going even though they hit a plateau and just stay the same weight than to sit there and gain all the way back. So just think of that. Like, if you don't quit, you know you're not gonna gain that 70 pounds back. Even if it takes you a week, 2 weeks, a month to start seeing movement on the scale, at least you know you're not gonna gain 70 pounds if you don't quit. So I really am very an advocate of not quitting. Here, Nikki. Margie says, "Hey, Nancy Elizabeth." She says, "I'm finally losing in the 49s. So she's 149 pounds. She's in the 40s now, doing WFTD.
whole food, plant based,
Oh, which
whole
I
food.
love. Oh, that's
Good for
great.
you, Nancy Elizabeth.
Congratulations.
Nancy, 149.
That's
Wow.
awesome. That's great.
Wow.
Marty says, "Good job, Nancy Elizabeth." Sky says, "Hi, Fabulous. How's the weight loss going?" He's not trying to lose weight. He's not losing weight.
I
He's just
remember
trying to
Happy
lose some
Sky.
fat.
Happy
Yeah.
Sky, are you vegan now? Remember Happy Sky
Yeah,
back in?
she was vegan. Yeah, she was going vegan.
Yeah.
Nikki says, "Hi, Nancy. Welcome to my world. Similar weight. Keep going, girl. You are high on life, CF. I've only got to look at fattening foods to put on weight." Exactly, Nikki. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you can get away with eating a plate of potatoes and steamed vegetables and a steak over a pizza. I don't know. It's just because I think the different ingredients that are used. Um, Let's see. Chris says, "Give me a break. You look amazing. You are amazing, Chris." Happy says, "I get sick of foods too." So that's why my coach is like, "I need you to just buckle down for a month and just do this." He was like, because then you're going to have like 4 or 5 fruits in your arsenal, 4 or 5 vegetables in your arsenal, but you just got to test them like for a few days. He said a week, but he agreed to my 2-day thing, just 2 to 3 days. Just see, like, okay, I ate mushrooms for these 3 days and my scale did not move. But when I ate broccoli for them 3 days, my scale went down. So like that, just testing stuff is going to be good for the long term, especially when you have a lot of weight to lose. Um, Nikki says, "I go to Subway."
There ain't no Subway in Spain.
Marty said, "Nikki the comedian. Life is too short to have high maintenance friends." Nikki said, "It is." It's funny you said Subway. I still ain't. My kids will go to Subway. I still haven't got one of them sandwiches. But I would like to just say this because people keep asking me. Look, I am not a news reporter. People ask me, "Where's Chris?" Chris is in his skin. I don't know where he at. Okay. And like last time I thought he was "Can you handle the fun?" and he changed his channel to something else. I don't even know he be changing stuff because all his videos pop up, but I don't look at the name. I see his face. I know that's my man. I'm gonna watch his video. You know what I'm saying?
Chris,
But
body, mind, and spirit. Chris, body, mind. You gotta keep ducking and hiding. And
I'm just like, I don't know. So I don't know. Like the
now
name's
you
changed.
know. Now you know. Look,
Yeah.
look.
I kept telling
I
people
have
it
a
was
sense
like,
of
"Can you
humor.
handle the fun?" I kept telling them, I was like, I said, he's like, "Can you handle the fun?" I
No,
had no clue you changed it.
Chris
So
BMS, baby. Chris
so
BMS.
now
Body,
it's
mind, and
Chris
spirit.
Body Mind Spirit at Chris Body Mind Spirit. It's in the
You know,
thumbnail and it's in
look,
my description.
I have a tremendous sense of humor about Google, about YouTube. I still don't know what I keep doing to get them mad at me. But let's talk about really quickly some YouTube gossip.
That's what
Cole,
I was gonna get
the
into.
snake diet.
Don't ask me about Cole Robinson.
I won't
You keep
ask you.
asking me. No, not you. But I'm just saying, I was leading into it nicely when I was saying people ask me about you, right? I was leading into it in a nice way. But now I'm gonna get
I
into the
mean,
not
like,
so nice.
I mean,
Don't ask me about Cole Robinson.
no,
I
no,
have no
no.
clue. So when y'all say where's Chris, I'm gonna tell you with the last known name I know. But when you say where's Cole, you getting a no clue because I don't know and I don't care. Last
So
time I heard, he lost his channel, or he didn't lose his channel, but he's
yeah,
backing off his channel because they
he's
gave him strikes or whatever.
so everybody. Eve is no longer dating Cole. She is no longer with Cole. I stopped following Cole. I don't. Oh, Brick, what's up, Brick Perspective?
Hey,
Uh,
Rick.
so I okay. As a good man that I am, I don't wish negativity on anybody.
Mm-mm.
And whether it's Maya, Matthew,
She said Cole is behind
yeah,
the
I saw. Yeah, Cole was behind the counter, but
Was he? Oh my goodness.
my friend Ryan, the high carb regenerator. We're going to get to these questions.
Okay.
Ryan, the high carb regenerator, who's struggling. He's 280 something. He's struggling. He lives very close to me. He texts me. He goes, "Hey, what happened to Cole?" And I go, "What do you mean? I don't follow Cole anymore." Cole put out a video. He pulled all of his videos to private. He has 2 strikes. And I told Cole on the phone, I go like this: "Could you stop cursing and yelling and you would have 1 million subscribers? That's not me. That's how I get my message across. So he's on Rumble, but then I was laughing because he's saying mother effer, all these horrible things. I don't say anything, and they just can't wait to boot my sexy ass. Now, Eve, what happened to Maya? What happened
Um, when people be asking me, I don't look. We just had a. If you were watching this complete live, we just discussed how we don't have negative people, we don't have dramatic people. We keep it
to
positive. We keep positive people around us. Like so, I don't know what's going on, and it's not even necessarily keeping positive people around me. I gotta keep people around me who focus on their goals and that's making it happen. So it don't necessarily mean people ain't positive or people ain't nice or whatever. But if I see that I'm going after it and other people aren't going after it, I can't. I'm not gonna stick around with that because I can't get stuck in the oh well, I can take a day off or oh well, I don't necessarily have to eat that today or I can't get stuck in that. I'm not going to get stuck in that. You know what I'm saying? So if you are going after your goal and you're consistently getting like my coach says, you need to be around 5 people who are already where you want to be. That's who you need to be around. Not somebody that's trying to get to where you want to be. You need to be around somebody who's where you want to be or has excelled past you. So Margie's excelled past me. Chris is already where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, be around people who are further than you so you can keep going. Because if you're with people who are not near where you are or behind you, you will likely fall backward. And I can't afford to fall backward. So I don't know what the heck happened to the girl. She upload videos, take videos down. I don't really know. I know her. I think grandmother had passed away. Rest her soul. That's probably stressful. But before that, I think she had stopped being on. I really don't know. But I know that she must have been quit working with Cole because I didn't see no videos about him or no discussion about him. And as far as Cole go, he had a whole. I think his whole because he had a backup channel that I believe was taken, and I feel like that's why he got on Snake Diet and said where he was because he had Snake Diet Wizard, but he also had Cole Robinson because this is not the first time his channel was the first time his channel was taken down, somebody helped him get it back. Mark helped him get it back. Mark Bell helped him
That's
get his
right.
channel back.
That's right.
But during that time that he was waiting to get his channel back, he had made another channel called Cole Robinson, and he got like 30,000 followers quick because people were looking for him. That channel, he went to that channel, and that channel has been, I guess, now deleted. It's like
Isn't
he
it?
got
Is it Cole Robinson weight loss? Is it called
yeah,
that?
yeah, but it's gone. Because
Oh,
when somebody contacted me, they asked me what happened to Cole. I just typed in Cole Robinson, and that didn't show up no more. Only thing that show up is Snake Diet. The other one's gone. So I don't know if like since it was a newer channel, they probably was like, oh well, delete. You know what I mean? Even if he did have 30,000 followers, they probably deleted it because they probably realized it's a duplicate channel. He got same content. If you have the same content on both channels, they're gonna delete you. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
That's why
And
I'm. That's why I'm under the radar. Yeah,
they're gonna delete you, especially if your other channel is already in jeopardy of being
that's
removed.
right.
And mind you, had already been removed before.
Now,
So
do you?
he
Are
got
you?
removed, and then some. It's funny. The same day somebody started asking me. That's why I feel like he's still watching my stuff. Because the same day that somebody asked me about him is the same day that Chris told sent me a video of him telling everybody that he about his channel. I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. I can't have the negativity. I don't need nobody cursing me out. I already have to combat my own negative thoughts and my own negative self talk. I don't need nobody else's. So I really don't know what's going on with that man. I wish everybody the best. I hope they figure out
Yeah,
life
yeah,
and all of
yeah,
that stuff. But I
yeah.
have no ties or connection or knowing about the whereabouts of people. I just don't.
And you told me that Matthew is pretty much only Instagram. Matthew.
Oh, I have no clue. I'm not even on Instagram. I don't deal with nothing
Oh,
Meta.
that's
So
right. Oh,
I have no
yeah,
idea what he's
yeah.
doing. I know he did
Uh-huh.
start. I think he had videos. He was like doing videos also. Him and Maya both were doing videos with the subway thing, and then they were also doing videos with the like I guess the low fat fasting. They were doing fasting and low fat or something. Bottom line is neither one of them are consistent and I don't know. That just shows the coaching is not up to par.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, if the coaching was up to par, they would show up for themselves regardless of what
Yeah.
obstacles came up. But it's not even necessarily coaching. I think you need to show up for yourself before you even get
Right.
a coach. Because if
Right.
you get a coach and you don't even show up for yourself as it is, and you don't show up for yourself without a coach ain't gonna be able to push you and prod you. You're just gonna pay for nothing. You feel what I'm saying? You're paying for somebody to sit up here and tell you to do something you know you ain't gonna do because you wasn't doing it before you even met the coach. So you really
Yeah.
just internally have to push yourself because
Yeah.
it's like I said in my last video, weight loss is not easy. You know what I mean? It's so much easier to gain weight than it is to lose weight, but nothing good for you is ever easy. Nothing that is good for you is ever easy. I mean, serving God ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many things that aren't easy. It's so easy to get caught up in some bad stuff than it is to stay good. You know what I'm saying? So anything that's worthwhile is not gonna be easy. But at the same time, your mindset is everything. If you feel like you're not gonna make it, you're not gonna make it. And if you feel like, okay, I need somebody to push me and prod me to do something, you're still not gonna make it because this is an external validation you're looking for instead of
Yeah.
an internal
Yeah.
one. And if you
Yeah.
don't have that internal validation, you will fail. And that's
Yeah.
just
I
what it
just
is.
I just found Matt and Matthews at 600 pounds. Now I don't even want to go there. I just I don't understand that at all. And he has 7,000 subscribers and a very big following. But that's just a little gossip of the day that Eve and I like to talk about. I love Brick. Thank you, Brick. Um, by the way, Margie is going to come visit. I already invited Eve to come to New York. Whenever Eve is ready, she can come visit. If anybody, Brick lives in New York. Brick, if you like, me, you, and Margie can have a coffee, can go see the tree, do whatever you want, Brick. But I would love for you to meet Margie and myself, Melissa. I think Brick is named Melissa. I said to Eve, I know she has a family, but Eve, come to New York December 1st to December 6th. Well, Margie is visiting, and
I don't got I don't got the luxury of just jumping up and going places. Like I got a full time job and family.
I know, but I invited you, and
I invited you
I
so you can
invited
come to California. It's way better weather. Weather is way better. Way better.
and awesome. And I invited Nikki and anybody who wants to, because Nikki has friends in New York right
Mm.
now. It's funny she said that, but anybody who wants to meet up with me and Margie, I am very busy, but I'm going to make a couple of days to spend time with my Margie or anybody that's gonna be here. We're gonna have fun. And we're gonna make videos, me and Margie in New York, causing havoc in New York City. And when Margie said, I would love to visit New York, I was like, I can't wait to meet you. And so Margie's staying in a hotel not too far from me here. And she's very close to the city. And we're going to have a blast. And here's some news. I'm going to go to Europe for the first time in my life in December to see my parents for Christmas. First time.
First time in your life going in Christmas.
Never been in my life because I love New York. I don't want to go. But
Oh,
my sister said, Mom and Dad are not going to come for the holidays. Why don't we go? My sister's married. So my sister's husband and her. And I'm like, Ingrid, I don't want to go because I love New York City so much in the holidays. It's also $2,500 a ticket if you want to go over the holidays. Yeah, unless you want to take 4 planes and end up in Abu Dhabi and Timbuktu or something, and then you know what I mean. But people don't realize summer there's so many more planes. Like
mm.
I can go visit visit Eve. I go to San Francisco. I think the flight's like 400 or 500 bucks round trip. No biggie. But if you want to go to Europe, so we are
Yeah,
going to
that's a
go
lot.
to visit my parents. My mom is sick, and so she has a little bit of brain issues, and she doesn't talk
Mm.
that much anymore. And so I'm going to visit my parents. All my cousins are there. My sister's going to be there, so we are going to go. But I get to see. Nancy. You want to come to New York? Come,
Mm.
Nancy Elizabeth. Anybody? Brick, definitely. But anyway, that's the news. So I'm going to be there for about 10 days to visit my family. And oh, the winter temperatures are warm in Croatia in the
Mm.
50s and 60s, like
Oh, nice.
Eve's weather. Eve, can Christmas time be 60 degrees where you live?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. 60 degrees?
Yeah.
That's
It don't get.
incredible.
It don't really get lower than 60. I mean, sometimes, like maybe closer to like my birthday, like January, February, maybe.
That's great. And if anybody wants to do a meetup in the future, we can meet up by Eve. We can meet up by me. We can go to Miami. We can go to Vegas. Whatever people can afford. It
Yeah,
would
we gotta
be
plan
it
that.
would be a
That's nice. Yeah.
blast. And one of Vadim's cruises.
I
Remember
know. Where the heck
Vadim
is
missed.
Vadim? Where the heck is Vadim at? He is not alive.
you know,
Vadim, I know you gonna watch this replay. We trying to set that cruise at. You know, you got the hookup.
Nancy Elizabeth asked, "Where do
Wait, I
you?"
gotta go back. I gotta
Oh,
go
let's
back.
read comments. Let's read
So,
comments.
guy says, Chris, do you have a girlfriend now?
Yes, I'm dating Eve. She doesn't know it yet. No,
Okay.
I'm single, but nothing serious. When I have a serious girlfriend, I will put her on the live. I'll be like, here she is, you know. But to be really honest, it's like I'm very open about that. I don't date around. If I'm with somebody, I'm with somebody. I don't
So,
date. I don't
so
date.
he's dating, but he has not had a girlfriend. Is I guess
No. No.
yeah. So you still have a chance. Okay. So
Yeah, but I don't know what Happy Sky looks like. Happy Sky, I don't know what you look like, girl.
Brick is in the building. Hey, Brick. Cole is going to work at Subway. Nikki, that was so hilarious. I didn't even know that he was behind the counter at Subway. I didn't even know that.
That's
What
so
happened?
funny.
Nancy said, "What happened to Mia? Maya? I don't know. I know that she just takes videos down and puts them back up. So I really don't know. It's nothing recent, so I really have no clue. That's what I'm saying. And I don't talk to her personally anymore, so I really have no idea. Margie says, "Oh, Cole is available, girl. Yes, he is available. All for you."
What a
Brick.
catch. What a catch.
Brick laughs. Okay. Nikki says, "I think he may have served me in Subway." Oh, he might have. Was he cussing you out? I don't know.
Could you imagine you go to Subway and Cole's behind the counter?
Talk about, hey, fatty, eat a little fat sandwich. No.
Oh my God, that sounded like Cole. The way you said, hey, fatty. Oh my God. Yeah, Nikki. Eve is the best. Eve is the best. Anyway.
Rick said, but his message changes every. Yeah, and I think that could also be why he got took down. I'm not. I mean, the cussing people cuss all the time on these channels. People be having half naked women on their channels. But I think the. I mean, what I'm saying. I think the message constantly changing. Like he's giving advice on health. You know what I'm saying? Like weight loss is considered health. So if you're giving advice on weight loss and health, and then you're attacking channels that are bigger than you, all these bigger channels have to do is report you for like scamming or fraud because you like you say you take donations but at the same time you're still trying to give advice on something that you're not like a doctor. There's nothing on there that says phd. A lot of these people he attacked is phds. You know what I'm saying? They at least got the I don't they may have a degree, a phd, and
Credentials.
yeah, they have credentials. They may be a doctor in plastic surgery, but at least they still got the credentials to put on there so that if YouTube does do like some type of checker, fact checker on this person, they have credentials to be talking, but he don't. So you're sitting here going from fasting to low fat to sugar diet to sugar fast to this, that. Like every week it changes. And then like the way you're saying it goes off on people. The way you're saying it can literally like target people who have eating disorders because he talks a lot about that too. So it's like, his channel got saved the first time, but I don't even know if the channel can be saved again. And that's the whole thing because they took his secondary channel with ease, like it's gone. So I feel like he needs to just kind of fall back and go to wherever hole he finna climb into, and stay there for a while before you come back to YouTube. I don't know how that Rumble thing works. Maybe he'll go on
Yeah, he's on Rumble. Look,
what
look.
is that? Is that like where you go live? I
Rumble
don't
is
really.
a platform. It's a platform.
Okay.
He's got 700 followers, and he's talking his latest videos. You ready for this? How to get anorexic eating a
See, that's what I'm saying. You can't. And he's like, free speech. There's no free speech. Yeah. Look, check this out. If you think there's free speech, you're dumb as a doornail. I'm sorry, but there's no such thing as free speech.
No, there's not.
That's a lie. That was all a lie, just to get people to feel like it was okay to run their mouth so that they could find out who to target. I'm sorry, but that's literally what it was. It wasn't like that wasn't real. There's no free
YouTube
speech.
is owned by a private corporation called Google. There's no free speech.
That's what I'm saying. And all these rich people, they work for people higher than them. You feel what I'm saying? So they regulate what's okay to say and what's not. If people are if children are not no longer here anymore in a whole nother country and those are being blotted out and that's actually real life happening, what you think they're gonna do to somebody talking about people having an eating disorder? If they can block out people who are actually passing away from a very messed up situation, what do you think they're gonna do with you? They're gonna do I mean, come on, like that it's called they ban people, they shadow ban people. Like even if they don't ban you, they can ban your content from being seen. There's so many levels to it that you just gotta learn to just focus on yourself, talk about yourself, and just leave it at that. But when you start trying to act like you some type of big time guru, you will get shut down. I mean, you will, especially if the higher ups or people that are higher than you feel like you're a threat.
Let's see what
Yeah.
happens. Let's read the comments. Where
When
were
you
we?
up, when up, if she said, okay, when up you lost your channel, did you have strikes? Yeah, did you have strikes? Did they give you
No,
strikes?
no, they just removed.
I mean, but your very first one that got removed, because I guess they're removing you now because you're making more channels. But like the very first channel that you got removed, did they give strikes?
Only a music strike. I was in the gym and a
Oh,
copyright, but no, somebody told me they never because I asked them on the old channel. I said, "Why did you guys do this? Can I improve?" No response. And then somebody said, "Spamming." Huh? Anyway, let's read the comments. I don't want to
just
talk about
removed.
it.
He said just removed a mystery. Well, that's another thing I like to say. It's not actual people reviewing content
That's
anymore. It's
right.
AI reviewing
That's right.
content.
That's
So
right.
they give the algorithm, they give AI like a list of words or a list of images that they feel are against policy, and they don't even check to see if the AI did it correctly. Like they'll just have them AI just take over because it's like so many people on this platform and on other platforms that they don't want to hire individuals to actually review content. They rather just hire an AI, program it, and if the AI gets it wrong, oh well, sorry. I mean, this is what it is. Even when like, because with Meta, when I had to go and I had to prove my identity, AI reviewed it. It's not like a real person went to review. Okay, this is really her, and this is her channel, like, and this is her page. Like, no, it's AI. Everything is AI. So that you got to remember that too. You may literally not do anything wrong, but AI can shut you down just based on what has been programmed
Let
as
me
far
let
as
me
what.
let me read you something interesting
Mm,
about Rumble because I might join Rumble. I want to get into Rumble with Eve. Rumble says we are free speech platform and claims to oppose censorship, but
okay.
it does have restrictions. No illegal activity, duh, pornography, duh, harassment,
You go to
race,
OnlyFans for the pornography though.
harassment, racism, and anti Semitism. Great. So Cole will survive on Rumble.
Oh, cool. Well, that's where he needs to stay.
So I might join Rumble and I'll be like, every video is going to be about how sexy Eve is. You know, it's my video vixen. Anyway, inside joke.
Amazing.
Inside joke. Anyway, let's.
So says you let's see. So Marty, okay, as I say, trends. Okay, you are going to make it, Eve. Thank you, Nikki. You are going to make it. I am. Oh, wait, hold on. I skipped something. Let me go back there. Sorry. Okay. Well, that's terrible if they just take it down without reason. I think there's a reason. Okay, so with when it comes to Chris, like I said, he had a reason for his first channel being removed, and I'm sure they gave him like some type of reasoning, whether it was like he said copyright or
Yeah.
spamming or whatever the case. But after that, like if you make channels after that, they don't have to give you explanation because they already
You
deleted
gotta
them.
be careful. You gotta be careful. Yeah, with that channels
So
after
yeah,
that.
when you
And
like, you're
Brick made a
technically
good
not
comment.
supposed to make other channels. Technically, I guess after it's been removed, you're not supposed to make others. So they feel like you should already know that, and that's why at that point when you get them taken down again, they don't give you no explanation.
Right.
Um. Okay, as I say, no high maintenance friends, Eve. Yeah, I'm not with that. Nikki said check out Cole at Subway. You'll find him there serving. Yeah, he might be. He might have to because he was making a lot of money on YouTube. But if he ain't doing that, and he got to start all over, he might be at the Subway. Um, Brick says that's why you need to get a different phone and only use that if you get banned. Devices, IDs, and IP addresses are a thing. No same email ID, no
That's
same computer
right.
or phone, just
That's
same.
right.
Yep,
That's right.
that's true. Marty says, Nikki always keeping us in stitches. I know, right? Brick said, otherwise it's circumventing a ban, which
Uh-huh.
exactly is
Uh-huh. What
what they
happened to me?
told him. Yeah.
Hmm.
Brick says, I bought those little tiny bananas today. Can't wait to eat them. Oh, I ain't seen no but tiny bananas. Nikki says you are going to make it eat. Okay, so now I'm back to where I was. Sounds delicious, Brick. I know, right? It's so cool to meet Chris Margie, especially he's your coach. I know, right? That's gonna be fun. That's what Nancy said. Um, Nancy said I would love to go skating in New York. Don't remember the place is called for that. Oh, they
Oh,
do have like some type of like
yeah, Nancy
skating rink or
Elizabeth,
something.
Nancy, come on down. We have a
Mm.
couple. We have three places to skate: Rockefeller Center, Woolman Rink in Central Park, and really, I've been liking a lot recently. Bryant Park, home to our massive New York Public Library. They put down
Hmm.
a beautiful skating rink, and I know that Eve is a former figure skater, right, Eve? Can you
I know
ice
I was
skate?
with Nancy Kerrigan and them.
Nancy Kerrigan.
And remember that thing that happened with her and Tanya Harding?
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yes, I do.
I was a kid. I remember that. Okay. So, what are the winter temps in Croatia, Chris? Hopefully warmer than NYC. Yeah, he said
Yeah,
it's like California
55,
weather.
60. Yeah, yeah.
Happy Sky says 70. Okay. Brick says, haha. Nancy said, where do you live? I live in the Bay Area of California near San Francisco. I'm like 20 minutes away from San Francisco. Brick said Eve gets around. Haha, bruh. I ain't gone nowhere. I've literally lived in the Bay Area all my life. I haven't lived outside of here. I lived in Antioch, which is like almost 2 hours from San Francisco, and it was just too hot. I was like, yeah, I'm going back to the Bay. So, but as far as traveling, I've been to New York. My mom's from New York. She's from Niagara Falls, New York. So I've been to New York City. I've been to Niagara Falls, New York. I've been to Niagara Falls, Canada. I've
Yeah,
been to
how's your mom? How's your
Mexico
mom
for.
doing? How's she feeling? How's your mom?
She's good. She had a nice trip in New York about 2 weeks ago. I think she went. She was there for a good week with like a group. Like older people have traveling groups they can get
That's
into or
awesome.
whatever.
Sightseeing?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So she did that and
Nice.
saw everything, and I was like, oh, okay. And Nancy says, for fun's sakes, Eve. Nancy, you funny. Nikki says, I tell you one thing, he should have a degree in cursing. I've never heard anything like it. That's smart. No. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot. He do have a lot. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think as Chris mentioned, if he cut the cussing, he may not have got the stripes. But I mean, his message changes constantly. But if he had eliminated the cussing, they may have let it slide. But I think because he does all of that extra, they ain't gonna let it slide. She says, Brooke says, yeah, you can't say stuff like that. Yeah, any type of when it comes to trying to diagnose eating disorders, they ain't gonna let you. And YouTube admitted to this. Yeah, because there's a lot of people who get triggered by different things, and YouTube don't want to get sued either for I watched this on your platform and you know this happened to my family member, whatever. So they had taken all precautions to delete people who promote stuff like that. Brick says they don't even need a list for content. They have policy guidelines, and the bot interprets all that data. It's wild how accurate it is these days. I work with it on three major platforms these days. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. They put all that stuff in the AI, and even if AI got it wrong, they don't care. They just be like, whatever, bye. Lasky here. Hi, just chiming in.
Latchkey,
Lasky!
Latchkey, subscribe to me, Latchkey. I still want to get you on my show. Hey,
That's
Latchkey.
my friend. Okay, he said, "Hi, just chiming in here, but also some big time mukbangers got banned. Amer Lynn Reed had millions of subs. It hit her also. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like they don't care anymore. Like if you're a threat to their platform and they could have some type of liability. That if they feel you're a liability, they gonna cut you quick. Brick said that's crazy. And Nancy said, well, they may say that cold calling people fatty may be harassment. Exactly. Marty said AI is artificial, not real intelligence. Yeah, but the thing is they program these things with the intelligence of an actual person, but the thing is these things still have errors. Like they use AI at my job, but it makes errors. But the thing is we check those errors and we can correct it and fix it and then it reboots and it learns from its mistakes. But here on this platform, they don't have time for that. They don't care who channel gets to. They get paid so much money. And just think about it. If you are actually a monetized channel, you're just one less person they gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they don't care. They gonna just shut you down. Like, who cares? And if you're not monetized, they really gonna be like, okay, who cares? Like, shut you down. So just gotta play that game and just that's why I really just try to like. There's so much I would love to say about so many different things in the world today, but I can just keep that conversation to me and God and my journal because
I'm the
I don't
same
need
way. I could say
I
so
don't
much.
I don't need the drama. You feel what I'm saying? I just like let this channel focus on my journey as far as my weight loss because it's not telling nobody what to do. It's just telling people what I'm doing and how things are working for me. Because
Right.
I'm not a guru, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a none of that other stuff. So I don't want them trying to say I'm telling people to do stuff.
Awesome
And
stuff.
Lasky said
Thank you,
he
Brick.
subbed you,
Yeah.
Britt. He's subbed to you. Yay! Awesome.
Wow. This has been a good covering
Yeah,
a lot of stuff today.
yeah. I think it's been great. I finally got to my what is it called? What are we doing? A podcast partner back online, episode 7.
I just, I have to take this with a sense of humor now that I'm going to be a Rumble guy or Instagram guy. It's just that it's a little sad, as I was telling Eve and Margie and Brick is giving great tips here.
Yeah, she's
You
in
put,
the tech world, so she
yeah, she
knows for
knows.
sure.
And she has a
Yeah.
channel, a tarot reading. Brick has I think, 10,000 follower channel. Brick doesn't show her face on that channel. She does tarot readings, I believe. But it's
She got a
like,
few channels. The Brick Perspective is her Lego channel. She got is very successful. She know how to get successful because she know what to do. She's a tech person.
that's right. That's right. And,
Well, she know what to do and what not to do. She know what to do and what not to do.
like I said, everybody who followed me when I had 16, 1,800 subscribers, people were shocked. They're like, you're not cursing us out. You're not talking against the pharmaceutical medical industry. People were stunned that I was removed. And I just read something that Latchkey wrote. I don't even know what a mukbanger is. Is that an eater, a
Like
big
when they
eater?
just eat a whole bunch of food at once.
Somebody had millions of subscribers for eating food and she was
People
banned?
watch that
Banned for that.
because it could be considered a type of eating. It could be considered a type of
Disorder.
eating. Yeah, yeah.
What are you doing today, Eve? What's the rest of your day looking like?
You're working with Lego now. See, didn't I tell you? See, me and Brick were talking, and I manifested that she was gonna get something better than where she was at because she deserves so much more. She's a very good worker and very dedicated and very good at what she does. And now look at her. She's working with Lego. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. and
Thank
she
you, Brick.
says um she's tight-lipped like about most things. I'm tight-lipped about most things even in person with people or people that I talk to, because you just never know what's going to trigger somebody nowadays. This world has so much going on in it that you just never know what could trigger someone. So like I said, I keep my thoughts in my journal and I keep my thoughts with God, and and that's it. Because like even I feel like I commented on one thing on my Instagram and it literally, the backlash was wild. I just said one simple thing and it didn't even seem like it was just, is America great again? You feel what I'm saying? And it was just like boom, gone. So that's why I was
You
like,
think it's because of that?
I mean, that's the only time I've ever really just said anything outside of my own stuff. I usually just do my own thing. I don't never really just go and comment on people's stuff or say anything about politics or religion or none of that, because I already know that stuff triggers people and people can like, they can report you for one, and if a bunch of people report you, you will get taken down too.
Oh, that's how it goes. People reporting you.
Yeah, people can report you, because see, the thing is, even with Cole, even if his stuff wasn't, even if his stuff was just fine, if people started reporting him and it was consistent, and they start reviewing, because they like do, well, AI does like an investigation on the report, and say maybe 10 people or 20 people reported, or maybe even 100 people, because he got a lot of people following him, and they review the reports, they're all the same. They're gonna get you out of there.
What is Latchkey talking about? I have no idea what he's talking about.
Wait, same company. They just added another
Uh-huh.
project. Looking forward to meeting you. My schedule has been changed around a bit. Oh, that's okay. Lashley says now you all know what Mr. Ed content is that I talk about. They are always listening. They
Huh?
are.
What's
They
Mr.
are.
Ed? What's Mr. Ed?
I don't know. But what I know is Lashley always keeps it about his family, about his meals, about his food, about his weight. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't really veer off of that. You know what I'm saying? Because like it could just be taken out of context, and like people are spiteful. Like sometimes people aren't successful and they get mad because you're getting successful, and they can start like reporting your video, reporting your comment, just start doing mean stuff, and just like, and you don't even know that they're doing that, but they could be doing that, and then all of a sudden your stuff just be gone.
Got it. Got it. Oh, ED.
Yeah,
Oh, I know what he's talking about. Okay.
yeah. What we were talking about. I made a joke on Instagram. Rick said I made a joke once on Instagram. I took a picture of a cooking pot that was in the middle of the street and said, "Looks like the potheads and panhandlers have been around or something." See, that's what I'm saying. People were all over me like, "Wow, can't take a joke. If you've been to Berkeley, it shouldn't be a surprise."
Uh-huh.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But that's why I said it's so much going on in the world today, and there's so many people like that.
But you
I'm
can't
not gonna
say
say
anything.
messed up
You
people.
can't
I'm
say
not gonna say
anything.
messed up people, but people that have a lot going on in their life, and sometimes things
Yeah.
trigger them to to go all full on attack. I mean, look at it's just like road rage, but on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, like I live in New York City. I can comment and be negative every second of the day. But if you go on YouTube and say things against certain people, they take it as inflammatory. And
Hmm.
I always say this, and I wish, yeah, exactly, Nikki. Nikki goes, I'd be banned in the first week. I mean, if you feel you can come here and speak your mind, you won't survive on YouTube. Yeah, but then again,
Anywhere you won't survive anywhere. Not on Meta either.
you go to the conservative channels, you go to the liberal channels, and there's talking everything about politics. They survive fine.
But it's an agenda. So like I don't want my channel taken down, but you'll notice that some content get pushed and it can still be controversial, but it goes with the agenda. You know what
Uh
I'm
huh.
saying? There's an agenda. There's always a hidden agenda that the higher ups want to push, whether it be dissension, it be racism, it be chaos, whatever it be. But when somebody's speaking truth about something, or somebody's, but if those people get reported too much, they will start like lowering their views, like because they don't want to get sued. But the thing is, there's always an agenda that gets pushed, and whatever that agenda is, if you're not talking about that agenda, then you're likely talking against it, and then you're gonna be gone.
I mean, today, again, I live in New York. I always joke around that if I wanted to get into an argument, I could have a fight every 5 seconds because you live in New York City. And it's like all kinds of people, all kinds of, races and religions. But I'm from here. You just learn how to be in New York. But if you think you're going to come up here talking all smack against whatever you want to, whatever, and I don't think I was ever talking against any religions. You know me, Eve. Anybody, even I'm not even making fun of the carnivores too much or the keto people too much anymore. But you're right. Stick to yourself if you want to make content. Stick to something that's a little bit
Hmm.
vanilla, and
Hmm.
you'll be fine. As Cole
Hmm.
has found out.
They
Yeah.
love vanilla. Stay vanilla.
Hey, whatever happened to Pillar Fit Vegas? Is she still making content? Pillar Fit Vegas?
She had already said she was gonna kind of like drop off from the content just because she had a lot going on in her personal life that she'd rather, and she said she likes not having the stress of social media, which is, I mean, that's another thing. Like, the stress of social media can cause you a problem if you let it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feel like, oh, I gotta put out a video every day. Oh, I got, like, some people don't want that. Some people like living their life and not being seen and just doing their thing. And the thing is, a lot of those people who made channels only were pushed to do it by Cole. A lot of people didn't even want to make no channel. You know what I'm saying? Or they weren't putting out content, but once they hooked up with Cole, then they were made to put out content.
Yeah, Brick. I got to know Brick a little bit, but I haven't met her in person. But Brick goes, I have an awesome sense of humor. People need to lighten up, make comedy great again. Eve is hilarious
Exactly.
too. I think I'm pretty funny too. But if you try to be too funny in some ways, everybody just gets offended. People should understand. Um, I don't know. I don't want to even go there. I'm afraid to say anything anymore.
Yeah.
Uh, oh
I
God.
never understood trolls. What's that all about? Crazy world we live in, I guess. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Trolls, I see people. It's so many things I see that get let go, and then there's so many things I see that get banned. And it seems like the people that get banned are the people who are different and unique and individualistic, and the people who don't get banned are the trifling scum of the earth that should likely not even have a channel or be online at all. So it's very interesting that narrative and the agenda that's getting pushed out here.
I don't get offended by anything because I know that you know what, if you really come at me and be offended, you got the problem, not me. Like, there are trolls that come to my channel and I just remove them. But it's
Hmm.
like I don't go on other people's shows and channels and go, you're fat, you're white, you're black, you're Jew, you're Muslim. I live in New York. I deal with everybody. I hate everybody equally.
Same.
Did you?
Marty says Nikki trolls get off on the power high they feel with anonymity. Yeah, sometimes I have to sit back and take a break. Rick says. Nancy says not everyone is made for YouTube. Yeah, exactly. They get offended
Yeah.
over everything. In Berkeley, they were protesting every single weekend for like for real. Yeah, I mean, but see, that's the thing. Like, that's why I just said, like, you just never know. Even like if you notice my videos, I've even kind of like not done as many videos. Like, and if I do videos, I try to really just keep it like about me and how I feel and stuff like that because like my shorts is just my weight and food. What you gonna say about it? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when you start having actual conversation on these videos, you never know how somebody's gonna take it. You never know how somebody's gonna, I don't know, perceive what you're saying, like, or read into what you're saying. So I really just like try to not post too many videos, which I know I need to make more videos, but I'm gonna try to. I've been talking with ChatGPT, definitely AI deal with, and on how to make videos that are like kosher, like everybody can. not have nothing to say, because at times I get pissed off with this weight loss stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I have to really just monitor how I say stuff or what I say, because I don't need the drama, the heat, the smoke, or none of that. I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't the drama. I like drama free peace. I like all of that.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Me too. Wow,
And if you
wow.
don't like a channel, move on. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That's it. Yeah, man.
If
That's
I
what I'm
was if
saying.
I were in charge of YouTube, I've said this before, you put a banner in front of every channel. Proceed at your own risk. The views and opinions expressed by Eve's Journey, by Chris Body, Mind, and Spirit are their views only. That's
Hmm.
it. Now, still, I wouldn't love to hear people talk about violence, about racism, or anything negative. But if you're
But you
just saying,
also don't have to watch.
they thank
That's
you.
what I did. I quit watching Cole. I noticed that it was not good for my mental to be hearing somebody cuss me out and call me fat every 5 seconds. So I quit watching it. You know what I'm saying? I quit working with him and I quit watching it. Like, if people, I feel like people indulge in things because they want to be seen, they want to have something to say, they have no life. But my thing is, it's literally a quick swipe and you're moved on to something else. Your algorithm only brings to you what you look at. So if you always looking at drama and you looking at all that stuff, that's what you're gonna keep seeing. If you start looking at stuff about positive mindset, affirmations, that's all you're gonna keep seeing. You know what I'm saying? Build your own algorithm. You don't have to watch all that kind of stuff. But the thing
That's
is,
right.
people like they say misery loves company, so they want to chime in and be like, the freaking internet police, and they need to just go have a seat and worry about themselves and lose a few pounds.
Yep. So if you type in, I just looked it up, top 10 subscribers on YouTube, I've only heard of one of them, the WWE wrestling. If you look, oh, Mr. Beast, he's number one subscriber in the world. And
Hmm.
I'm going to watch these top, they have the most. I bet you it's so vanilla. I bet you
Yeah.
everything is just me having fun, nothing controversial, because I want to
Nah.
learn. I want to learn. Yeah.
Never be controversial. And not well, never be controversial on the side that they're not pushing. So there is an agenda, and if you controversial, but it's the side they pushing, they'll let you keep on going. Brick says, "See, they do that already. They try to push their opinion with those banners, especially about medicine, alternative treatments, political stuff. Is super easy to see what side of the fence. Exactly, they're on. Exactly. Mr. Beast grosses me out. You don't trust that dude at all. I don't trust that dude at all. Who wants to be vanilla, right? When you see people
Exactly.
swirl chocolate, you know what I'm saying,
Yes.
caramel.
I
Why not?
love it.
I
Love it.
like
Love
chocolate
it.
too.
When somebody says vanilla, when somebody says politically correct, it's almost like you're watching every single thing you have to say and be. And this is my personality. I really am this way. But every once in a while, when I talk to Eve privately, we will BS and speak our
Hmm.
minds.
Right.
I'm not very political. I really am not. I go swing back and forth depending on the issue. I try to speak the truth when it comes to weight loss, fat loss, and that's what and I do occasionally speak about God. But there are gazillions of Christian and Jewish channels that have millions of subscribers. So I don't know.
Hmm. Chocolate swirl is amaze balls, Brick says. It is. Marty says, saying be nice to people can be controversial. Everything, that's what I'm saying. Everything can be looked at as controversy, especially if it's not pushing the agenda of the person who runs the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? People who run the whole thing, is their agenda that can be pushed. But if it's against that, like this whole carnivore thing, that mess don't work. You know what I'm saying? But it's an agenda being pushed. You know what I'm saying? They gonna keep on selling meat that's taking people out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's making people go to the hospital because they arteries clogged. Like, let's be real. Like, it's an agenda getting pushed, and you just gotta realize, okay, I'm not part of that agenda, and I'm just not even gonna speak on it. Because who the
And
heck is eating butter sticks and meat and lasting for the next 40, 50 years and not going to the hospital or the doctor or checking on their heart? Who doing that?
like I said,
Who
I
doing that?
watch. I occasionally watch, snake.
But don't say eat fruit all day because now it's like, oh no, you can't. Like, come on, look at the agenda getting pushed here, guys.
It's now the carnies. The carnies are number one. If you look up Steak Butter Gal, the Asian girl, she has I think close to 1 million subs, and because people want the easy message, just eat steak, butter, eggs, and you'll lose all the weight. Well, Eve tried that. I tried that. It's like talk about the most boring, stalling diet.
Yeah, and on top of that, there's a lot of people that lose weight with just eating fruit, but that agenda is like, oh, that's not enough nutrients. Oh, you can't. You're gonna get sick if you just eat fruit. You gonna get sick if you just eat meat and butter and nothing else. You're gonna get sick, but it's an agenda.
Yeah.
Who's gonna end up in the hospital? The person eating fruit every day for 10 years, or the person eating steak and butter every day for 10 years? Who's gonna end up needing medication? Who's gonna end up needing that surgery? It's an agenda. And I'm gonna leave it just like that before they shut me down. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's not act like we don't know. It's an agenda being pushed all the time.
Look
See,
at
my cholesterol went up near 800 on keto. That's what I'm saying. First it was keto, but that wasn't good enough. They wanted to kick it up a notch. They had to kick it up. They was like, wait, we ain't getting enough patients. Let's kick it up a notch. And then it went to just straight butter and steak and bacon and nothing else. I'm like, what?
it got me
What?
fat. It got me fat quick. I tried it. It got me
That's
fat quick.
crazy. It gets you in that doctor's office quick. She said her cholesterol went up near 800 on keto. Yikes, never heard of that. Laugh out loud. Now I'm plant based and loving it as I was never a meat lover, though ate it on
Oh
keto.
yeah, yeah, good for her. Yeah, it works for you. It works for you, Nancy. That's great. That's so great. Uh, I if I had a choice and you said to me, could you go plant based vegan or just meat and eggs? Are you kidding? I would be
Right.
eating all the fun foods: pasta, rice, potatoes, fruits,
Vegetables.
vegetables.
Yep.
Nope. But you just tell me ribeyes and eggs and butter the rest of my life. Ugh.
Right. Right.
Ew.
If I
No
had to
way.
pick, I would have to. If they said you can only eat meat, or you can eat plant based, I would go plant based because it's more variety. With meat, you're gonna have chicken, beef, and I guess fish. But I don't even ever see them eating no fish. I never see them eating fish. All I ever see them eat is steak and bacon. That's all I ever see them eat. I don't see them eating no chicken. I don't see them eating no turkey. It's literally just steaks, rib steaks, bacon, and butter. All the stuff that's gonna get your cholesterol high to where you're gonna be in the hospital. And that's
Eggs.
why I said,
Yeah.
but you know what? They got millions of followers, and you want to know how many people in their life? 5,000 people, because that's the agenda getting pushed. That's what the algorithm is pushing to people when it comes to health and how to get healthy and how to lose weight. That's what the algorithm is pushing on people. That's literally the first thing you're gonna see.
I follow a guy, Carnivore Quest. I haven't checked up on him in a long time. He cannot lose anything, him and his wife. And I'm looking at him, 59,000 subscribers. And
Dang.
poor guy is not losing anything.
That
So, anyway, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
You just keep pushing your message. What works for you? What's working
Yeah.
for me is this. What's working for me is that. And people will find you or not, but it doesn't matter. Your message is out there for whoever needs to find it. Whoever needs to find it will find it.
Eve, do you have 1,000 subscribers yet?
No, I'm not there yet. I'm like 180 away or
Let's get you to a
179 away.
thousand. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the goal to get to 1,000
I want to get
subscribers.
to the 100 club. Yeah, 100.
Let's get our go subscribe to Chris Body
Mind
Mind
spirit.
Spirit. Go subscribe to his channel. Go subscribe to Eve's Journey. And Latchkey and everybody in here, go subscribe to one another because it's
Yeah.
like this community I found has really helped me to keep going. And like I said, it's not like 10 million people in the chat, but I rather have a 10 people in my chat that's positive than 10 million talking crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not so pressed on getting followers that I take the negative, like, Chloe used to tell me, oh, that's good. You get negative people saying negative things. That builds your algorithm. That gets people. Well, I don't care that much. I have a job. I make money for my job. I don't need to be worried about that.
Yeah,
I'd rather have a supportive community, people who like to, you know, excel and get better and have a positive mindset and improve on their life and try to get to their, full potential. Like those are the people I want to be around. Not people that's so hateful of themselves that they have to be negative on my channel.
for the
So
people in the chat, well, first of all, thank you and hit the like button.
yeah.
Everybody, write down right now, what are you eating today? Nancy Elizabeth, you plant based Brick, who's looking better and better. What is everybody eating today? Let me hear the diet.
Oh yes, it's about quality, not quantity. Exactly, Nikki. We are community service YouTubers. Exactly, Margie. Turkey club sandwiches and BLTs are amazing. Ooh, I ain't had one of them in a minute, but I don't get it twisted. I have if I have breakfast, like if I make my kids a breakfast sandwich, I'm gonna put bacon on it. But I'm not eating, I'm having like two slices of bacon. I'm not having a whole pack of bacon for breakfast. And then having, cooking a steak within that bacon fat and eating that and then putting butter on top of all of it. Like I'm not about to do that. I'm sorry, I'm not about to do that. I'm just not. Fruit, eggs, cottage
Fruit,
cheese, coffee. Ooh,
good,
okay.
Margie,
Go
good. Well, Margie,
Margie.
that's one of my go-tos, what you just wrote. I had
That's
oatmeal
good.
with fruit, and lunch was. Wait, where do you live, Nancy? Canada or Midwest, Nancy? I had oatmeal with fruit, and lunch was half rice, half cauliflower.
With tons of
Rice,
veggies.
way to go. Look at Brick.
Cherries, grapes, bananas. Ooh. I've been to Subway. I
Subway's not
haven't
so
had
bad.
breakfast yet. I
Subway's
haven't
not
had it.
horrible. It's not horrible, right?
For breakfast, I'm having oatmeal and two hard-boiled eggs and an apple. When I do have it, when I do break my fast, I will be having that. And coffee.
Chicken
Chicken
tenderloin.
tenderloin, 93%,
Oh, wow,
beef, homemade
nice.
cheeseburger, a little bit of cheesecake. Ooh,
Way to go,
Claudia, that sounds
Claudia.
good.
Also
Grilled
at a
cheesecake. Also had an almond latte. Ooh, okay. And Greek yogurt. Okay, this all sounds good.
I've had
More
three
breakfast
dates. I
scramble.
love dates, so I bought fresh dates and coffee because, like Eve, I'm intermittent fasting. So now, as soon as I'm done with Eve, I'm gonna have either I'll make another tuna melt or I'll have. I have to look at my kitchen. I'm intermittent fasting today. Yeah,
I love cheesecake. And
me too.
girl, yes.
Brick. Me, you, and Margie will get cheesecake. We'll get some yummy food. I love dates. Yeah,
You guys, I'm thankful that you guys came on today.
yeah.
It's been a while since I caught up with Chris, so it's good that we was able to do this live with you guys.
And
And
I'm here for Eve whenever she needs me, and vice versa. You
a
know.
crush on the coffee guy. Ooh, who were the lucky three ladies, Chris? Oh, dates.
Oh,
He
let me
tweaking.
see. Well, thank you, Nikki. I am. It's a tough thing right now. Dating is a different world. You know this when you're out of your. I mean, Eve is a young rabbit. Eve is young and running around, but it's like,
I don't. I'm 41 years old, and yes, I'm young, but the quality of people out here, like, I'm cool. I'd rather be alone. Like they say, I can do bad. I can do bad by myself, but I do better by myself because, like, people are so consumed with the world and all. Like, it seems so hard to find light in the world, and that's full of darkness. And it seems like people let that darkness consume them. Even though like half the things going on in the world we can't control anyway, people let it control them. And like I can't. That's why I focus on myself, on my health, on my weight loss, on what I eat. I have to focus on me because I can't let the darkness of what's going on around me take me down. But when you dating somebody, you can literally see and feel that energy coming off them. And I can't. I just I have enough going on. I don't need that.
And you got kids. And how is their school going? How are they doing? The
Good,
kids.
they good. They about to be off all next week for Thanksgiving break, so they have all next week off. I only have
Oh
two
wait,
days worth
all
off.
next week?
Yeah, all next
H-
week.
How is that possible?
They do that. They get a whole week off, and then they gonna get 2 weeks off for Christmas, New Year.
What? For me, when I was going to school, you went to school till Wednesday, then you were off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. But not nowadays. They let these kids be out of school more than enough. But that's another thing. Like, yeah, I do have kids, but even then, even like with kids, my kids are so like they're like, "Mom, you need to get a life. You need to go out. You need to." They're always telling me that, but it's like I don't need to do anything. Like I feel like when it's time, it'll just happen. I don't need to like people go on dating sites. People go like I don't need to go search for nothing. Like God will bring whatever I need, whether it be now, whether it be next year, whether it be 10 years from now. I will get what
Amen.
I need, and I don't
Amen,
need to search.
sister.
Like I'm not
A-
searching for no man. Like and because usually when you search, you find something that ain't that great. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm just gonna attract whatever is for me. You know what I'm saying? And go with that. But when
right,
it comes to
right.
searching and chasing and following behind, I ain't doing none of that. That's what I'm not
Yeah,
about to do.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Man, I have goals and aspirations. Like I want to travel. I want to, once my kids are they're going to be graduated from school the next few years. You know what I mean? Or my daughter will be. So it's like, focusing on them right now, focusing on me and my health journey right now. And if somebody comes in and lifts that up and pushes that forward, great. But outside of that, I'm just gonna keep on moving forward. And like I said, I want to retire early. I want to travel and see other countries. Like not a lot of people even want to do that. When I've mentioned that to people, they're like, "Oh, you want to travel? Yeah, the heck you mean? Like you want to stay? You want to stay in the Bay Area forever? Like I'm just like different, and I'll find somebody who matches my different, and then we'll move on and live happily ever after.
Awesome. Well, guys, it's
It's
one
called
four.
God's
It's one.
waiting room here, all retired and too. It's called God's waiting room here, all retired and too old for me. Not many people my age. I feel young here. I believe in fate.
You
Yeah,
need to move, Nikki. Nikki always says that she's the youngest one. Move your. Get out of there. You live in a retirement community, Nikki.
and
Get
somebody's
out of
like 20
there.
years younger than me. Oh, the guy she like is 20 years younger than you. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. He may have a better head on his shoulders than somebody your age. Isn't it just it's isn't it just it's a minefield. I have not entered that minefield. Brick says we need to switch to a 4-day work week, especially with
Yeah.
all this AI stuff. We should be working less and taking our lives back. Congress works 115 days a year and still gets 200K paychecks. Girl, they work less than that because during the government shutdown, they didn't work at all and they were still getting their check while see people were sitting out here starving. But see, that's why I say I don't get involved in them conversations because that is a whole nother agenda. How is people sitting up here starving? Y'all ain't gonna feed people. You gonna let these kids out here not have no food, no food stamps? But y'all sitting up here getting paid 200K to sit on your butt and go wander around and golf? Wild. Nikki said, "How old are your kids, Eve?" Oh, my daughter will be 15 on the 10th, and my son will be 12 on the 21st.
Wow.
Next
Wow.
month.
Wow.
Yeah, of course. With the shutdown, take away 42 days. I just turned 50,
Wow,
and
Brick. When's your birthday, Brick? Brick, when was your birthday?
I retired to Spain at 46. See, that's what I'm saying, Nikki. I'm trying to retire at 50. I'm telling you, that's the thing. My focus is I'm not worried about no man. I'm worried about some money. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see how can I retire at 50 and live the life I want to live because my kids will both be graduated by then. I want to live a wonderful like people work until they dang near dead. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that. No. I need to give me a sugar daddy that's 80 and about to be on his way out and he just leave me everything.
There you go. There you go. Oh, Brick. Back in May for Brick. Gemini. Nice. Nice.
Eve, I feel the same way about politics as you do. Does not make sense. Yeah, it
No.
don't. But the minute you talk about it, oh, you're against everything. You need to be shut down. You need to be censored. You shouldn't be,
Politics is big business. Let's be real.
yeah,
Let's be real.
yeah.
Real talk. That's not controversial. Politics is business.
It's not controversial. It's a money making scheme, and they is the one making the money. So, yeah, we all getting taxed
Anyway,
so that they can get paid. So,
well, you
I don't really
guys,
get involved. I just support.
somebody's gotta go. It's late in New York
Eve, I
already.
feel the same policy. Yep,
Yeah.
it is late. It's 10:45 here, so I know it's late. What 1:45, 2:45,
Here?
1:45, right?
I gotta go. It's 1:45. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna make lunch. I went hard in the gym yesterday, so I may not do that, but I got a bunch of errands and this has been so awesome, you
yeah.
guys.
Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you go subscribe to Chris Body Mind Spirit. That's his name now. Now I know because I
Chris
was giving y'all the
BMS.
wrong name. I was giving y'all the wrong name.
BMS.
So
Body
now
Mind
it's
Spirit.
Chris Body Mind Spirit at Chris Body Mind
I
Spirit.
love it.
Go
I
follow
love being
him. Get his
spiritual.
channel up. Get his channel numbers up. He's
Look at
trying to
these
get
new muscles.
a
Woo!
100 subscribers before the end of the year for him. So
Yeah,
go
yeah.
subscribe. Subscribe to
And
Eve's Journey.
let's get Eve to the mystical 1,000.
Yeah, let's go.
You
Love you
know.
guys. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Mwah.
Love you guys too.
See you
Bye bye.
later.